What's up, YouTube? Everyone out there? I wanted to do a little break from the usual topics that I discuss on this channel to talk about something that hits a little close to home. One of my old friends I used to play in a band with way back in the day, Nate. He's actually from Central Falls. He's from was originally from Central Falls, Rhode Island, and grew up in Rhode Island. And I didn't know this about him for years. We played, he played bass for a band that we had together. But I didn't know this. But his little sister was murdered when she was 7 years old. That's Nate. That's his little sister, and they never found the killer. It's a pretty weird case, and I wanted to just do a little report on it because I've been doing some investigative reporting on this whole thing, and it's been quite interesting. Recently, this new show has come out called Breaking Homicide with this guy Derek Lavoisier and his partner here, and they've been re-examining cold cases, unsolved murders and unsolved cases from all over the country. And this guy's actually grew up in Central Falls, and he used to date Nate's cousin's sister, I think. So he's close friends with the Norris family, knows them, and whatnot, and has been taking a personal interest in this case. And they actually were able to break some ground on this case. 30 years unsolved. She was murdered Memorial Day weekend 30 years ago. Abducted off a playground. No one saw anything, no one heard anything, and they found her body in the woods a ways away. Let me get the map out here and I'll show you kind of the crime scene layout too of where it took place. I've been researching this. So this was Nate's grandmother's house where Michelle Norris lived, right here on Kendall Street. And this was the playground that she was at, that she was allegedly abducted from. And if you walk down here, you could get to the end of Kendall Street. You walk across this block and down Orchard Street. I guess one of these houses apparently didn't used to be there back in the day, and there was a cut through to get down here. I don't know if it was back there or over here, but somewhere there was a cut through, and this was a little bit different back here. It was more wooded, and this is where they found her body, somewhere back in here. And it was a brutal case. I'm not going to get into the details, but I invite you all to go and watch the link below, and go to the links below and watch this. They introduce it here and give like a 8-minute introduction and stuff, and talk about some things. But they also have the whole episode. I actually went and bought the episode. It was only $3, and I said, thanks. It was well worth it. It was quite interesting. I've read the Reddit posts on this. A lot of guys are giving these dudes a lot of unnecessary drama for what they did. They're saying, oh, you guys aren't real investigators and you're messing up the real investigative process and all this stuff. But I think I really commend these guys for what they did, and I think they did a really, really great job. So yeah, it's different from what I usually discuss on this show, but this case kind of hits close to home because Nate was a good friend of mine, and I kind of wanted to do a favor to him and his family to go ahead and pursue this guy and compile the information on him, because what I'm finding out about him through a little bit of the investigative journalism I've been doing on this is this dude may have killed other girls, not just Michelle Norris. There was another girl that went missing from the same playground that was friends with them, and I think she was 10 years old, and her name was Christine Cole. You can look up that case, and they still haven't found her body. So it's pretty interesting stuff. I really think that there's going to be a lot of history here and fresh ground for documentaries. Derek Levasseur, this guy who made the show, he's already said that he wants to make a whole documentary on just this case alone, because going after these guys in Rhode Island that have been, this guy got 30 years ago, he's been operating, you know, and obviously knows, yeah, he knows how to kill and get away with it, or whatever, because he's been apparently done it more than once. But I never met this guy in person, never once. Never heard of him, never but I did find his Facebook page though, and it was interesting. It got me mad as hell. I started commenting on this myself and talking back to him, but I just want to kind of read this and document it here in this video before he deletes it or gets rid of it, because the things he says, as you can read here, I wish I could let me blow this up even bigger. So that it's recorded, but you can read the stuff that he writes, and he just contradicts himself multiple times. This is the friends that were going to stand up for him. There's so much here. It really, I saved screenshots of it too. I'm not going to go over it all, but it's, you guys got to watch the show. They nailed this guy. He basically, let me show you the evidence. So I'll get into some of this stuff on this. Well, there's this picture, right? This is Michelle Norris, and this is her best friend Tammy Peland. And Tammy Peland lived in this house right here, right across from Michelle Norris. And Tammy Peland's stepdad was Joseph Pelland, who used to apparently raped the girls, and was arrested for it and later convicted of it a couple months later. But he had moved out of this area, and I don't know how they didn't pin this on this guy or how he got away with it, but it's pretty crazy that they're catching up with him now. And I guess he was just recently arrested, and he's right now he's down in Cranston at the Department of Corrections. And if you can go look up this on their site as well. I put links to this in the description, and also on this website that I put together for the whole case called justiceformichelle.com. And you click on this blog here, and you'll find a whole list of all the different real detailed evidence that if you want to get into the case and learn more about it and stuff. But I just wanted to draw a little more attention to it, and also to kind of branch out a little bit from the normal stuff that I do with my channel, and try to, you know, reach out to do more investigative reporting with my audience, and also to really out this guy and show him for what he is. I doubt this guy's any one of those you know, he's not a pedophile on the level of like Epstein or some of these other high profile cases, or the Hollywood pedophiles and stuff. So all the people commenting about that, I'm reading their comments as well on this, and I don't know if he's connected to any of this, but apparently his whole family is a whole family of pedophiles, and I'd really be interested to, you know, see someone do more in-depth investigation of who this guy knows, who his associates are, who he's, you know, been living with and living around for the past 30 years. It's pretty creepy, especially hearing the interview with this guy and hearing him talk. I should play parts of that just so you guys can hear it, but I don't know how much I can really play. But I did read all this stuff on statement analysis and how they caught other murderers and stuff. And this guy Peter Hyatt, you guys should go check out this video and read some of this stuff on statement analysis, and then compare it with the stuff that he says in that interview. Man, it's just powerful stuff. This guy did it in my mind. And that's in my opinion. I can't wait till it's proved in a court of law, but I really feel like there needs to be more done to push this case to make sure that this guy doesn't get out, because right now he's only locked. He just got possession of controlled substance, I guess. I guess what happened is that since the show came out back in April, the police have been really watching this guy closely, and then they busted him on some drug charge, I think, because he was, you know, he's probably, I mean, look at the guy. You killed somebody and been living with that guilt for that long. You got to be doing a lot of serious drugs to kind of cope with that. So it's no surprise that he's probably doing like controlled substances and drinking quite a bit. So, but anyways, they picked him up just to get him off the streets for that. And but I mean, that's a minor charge. He could be out in a couple months or a year. You know, he'll be back on the street eventually for that. And this guy really doesn't deserve to ever be back on the streets ever again. This guy is one of those guys, and you can see it in his face. He's that guy. This is that guy that deserves to be off the streets for good, man. You can just see it in his face. But anyways, I just wanted to share that and tell everyone to go to justiceformichelle.com. Check out the blog I'm putting together. Anyone in Rhode Island that wants to link up, just send me an email, and we'll get together and start digging into this maybe more. Because I'm about right in the process of putting together my own film studio for this channel, and putting together a place where I can do filming. And Nate I think is going to be taking part in that quite a bit in the future. And we're going to be doing a lot more videos on a lot more different topics. And you know, hopefully we go somewhere, because I really just am sick of the channels that are out there and the content that's being put out there, and the lack of journalistic credibility. So I hope you enjoyed. Go watch the Breaking Homicide case, the series right here. You can watch the video here on the page, and check it out, and leave your comments below. And I know I'm everyone. I do science on this channel usually, but it is an important subject, and it's something different that I've never reported on. And it's honestly it's a really dark subject, which is why I've never ever reported on it, because it's just so fucking weird and gross, and it gets me so mad. But I hope it gets you just as mad, and we can work together to get these kind of people off the streets, and hopefully out of our government too, for all those people that are, you know, pedophiles in our government and Congress and everywhere else that are controlled by the fact that they're pedophiles. So I think bringing this topic out into the light and into discussion is important for that reason. So may God have mercy on your souls. Thanks for watching.